morning, Darryl. Or should I say artist in recovery. It's 2 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. It's the 4th of June, 2023, the Weaver John C., Roseman, California. Some occasions I am the zombie out here because I am sleep deprived and emotionally screwed up. What is that? Sleep screwed up and emotionally deprived. I don't know, I can't decide which. When I'm actually able to function and actually talk and joke a few things. When I'm not, I get depressed as hell. I'm sorry about your, I'm sorry about her. I really am, dude. I'm looking at the keyboard with your video on it right now. That's why I'm not facing the camera right now. So I'm just facing your face with it. Yeah. I personally haven't lost anybody through this disease. My heart goes out for you now. It really does. I was lucky enough, people that I knew around here wore the masks, got shots, and I've also heard the gripes and grumblings from other people who fought like hell not getting the shots. I heard about the rumors of shield happening, meaning so many people died from the damn bug, it's going to be shielding everybody else because some weird logic in that one. I never figured a damn thing. But as long as there was a vaccine to prevent the bug from nailing somebody, and they didn't get this herd immunity, well, if we had the immunity, we would be okay with this. But we still had the conspiracies out there, and they were still fighting it like crazy out here in Roseman. But if you've been watching some of my videos, you've been noticing that I still don't like and trust the medical profession, and it took a great deal out of me to actually agree to stick my arm out. I may have put these videos out there. If not, I'm going to have to dig them up and see if I can shove them back out there again, how things were. I went to the local Rite Aid and rolled up the sleeve, and I'm talking to the technician, and he's stabbing me, and I'm not even flinching. I knew it damn thing was winning. I just saw the thing. I didn't feel it. He pinched the skin, got the needle in there. Took about a second, and then that was it. And then I'm done. There's a bandage. It was a simple thing. A few months later, I come back in, different technician. Only this time she doesn't do what the guy did. Pinched the skin to get the needle in there so I don't have to feel it. No, I felt it. But I had to hold in my discipline. Heat needles. I always have since I was a kid. Anyway, I had the third shot Sears. I hadn't had the fourth shot yet. Just chickened out on it. But because I was wearing a mask outside, I was able to bypass this damn bug. But I also kept track of which particular state was talking about being mask-free, and then watching the numbers rise. So the past 2 years, that was the thing we were seeing at home, seeing the numbers rise like crazy. Well, directed out the camera over here. Okay, pal. It's fortunate my mother and my brother wasn't alive during those days. My mother passed away in 2013. She lived a time, and apparently grieving took her out. Of course, it was respiratory, but still grieving took her out. I'm convinced of that. My brother, on the other hand, he had multiple transischemic attacks happening in his brain. So I guess he wasn't going to be living long either. He would have been one of those guys getting the priority in the shots had he lived long enough. He didn't have to suffer very much. I think I talked about this one too many times in my other videos about this. Getting back to your situation regarding Mr. DeSantis. You notice I didn't put in the governor in that one. Only because I don't think that he actually deserves the title governor. Darryl, you're going to be noticing some angry videos I put out. I'm not holding back on these things. When I do a video out there, I do a video out there and I accept responsibility. I'm accountable, I'm transparent, and I'm responsible. And to think that DeSantis is an actual governor, the main reasons why I went after people left and right in my angry videos is because I want to make sure these people understand what they're getting themselves into, pal. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry. It's kind of weird. I mean, your picture is right here on the screen. Instead of over here, but that's alright. That's alright. I'm just pissed. I'm pissed at everybody these days for not being accountable, transparent, and responsible for themselves. They shift and point the blame at everybody else, but they don't take it upon themselves to understand what their function and their job is supposed to be. When it comes time for the democracy right now that we live in right now, we, the people, are responsible. We have to be held accountable. We put these so-called elected representatives on pedestals. Apparently, we have a tendency of worshiping these idiots. Sorry. Who have a tendency to think they're well above the law. They're not. Because of the law, we have put them into a situation where they're actually able to create new laws and hopefully enforce the old laws to make lives theoretically better. Consent of the governed. The Federalist Papers, Federalist 10, the Madison Papers that people refer to in Political Science 101 and also in government classes. These things are the foundations. These are the basis of our democracy, of our government. They're even out there on the internet for people to download for free, to read. And I know it's wordy. And sometimes you need to get a dictionary to understand a few words here and there, but it's out there for people to understand that they are important in democracy because they are the people. This is a representative democracy. We put our representatives out there to represent our needs, our interests. Unfortunately, we're so damn screwed up, we don't even know what our interests are half the time in the first place. We're noticing it over the past couple of decades, 2 or 3 decades already. Majority is supposed to be ruling, but not the elitism. As in the specialized smaller groups saying that we have more power and we're more special and we're going to be making more of a mouth. DeSantis is one of those assholes in there, okay? And apparently he's been climbing up a ladder here in his head of what he wants to do, what he wants to be. God, he's almost just as bad as Trump. Trump is lying and conning and skewing his ass off left and right just for money like crazy and live off people. He's worse than rip. It's like watching The Sting and notice who the grifters are and who's the real thieves. Which was the old movie, which is very excellent. Anyway, I have to recommend that one. But you have to understand the gist of the movie. It's not just conning the bad guy. You see conning the bad guy who's also a con artist. there's also a scam artist who people think this guy can't do no wrong. Hence, our politicians that we got right now, the Trump effect that we have, and that's affecting a lot of people who are riding on the coattails. We're just as screwed up as Trump is. That includes your governor of your state. And I hold everybody responsible. Yeah, including you. At least you're trying to do something. You know what you're doing? You're communicating. You're telling the people what's going on. You have to communicate this to people. You have to get them notified. You have to let them know. Otherwise, your state is going to go down the toilet, dude. Unless it's already been flushed down there already. California, I know, is already screwed up right now as it is. We've got economic troubles right now. We've got water troubles right crazy. We're fighting 2 or 3 states just to get a lousy drop of water. It has to be split apart for so many people. My little territory out here in Rosewood, California, we depend upon oil revenues for income that somehow keeps our county running, barely as it is. We got an ineffectual leader of the House representing our territory. He's supposed to be representing our needs, but not very much. He's only offering himself at this point. He already made that demonstration perfectly clear. But everyone thinks he's got to be smart because he's been outmaneuvering left and right. I said, no, he's a Trumplican. I don't give a shit what kind of con he's giving you. He's still a Trumplican. He's still worshiping. So I'm not dealing with a grifter or a con. Even though we consider politicians grifters and cons at this point over here, but they're supposed to be representative democracy. This is what happens when you have democracy. Even the art of politics, Aristotle. I really got to get that book downloaded again and really read into it again. It's been a few decades since I understood him again. I mean, Aristotle's deep when it comes down to philosophy, but also about politics, about how democracy works. I'm not a political science major. If I was, I think I'd be driving myself worse and insane. I like literature. I've been growing up under literature. And authors have their ways of looking at things in life that we hadn't. But I hadn't been reading any books lately these days. I've just been dealing and coping. Yeah, I agree that he's a fascist, DeSantis is. And he thinks he's still a Democrat. He's still living in a democratic world while shutting things down left and right. And it's going to be up to the people of Florida. It's going to be up to the people of Florida to save your asses, because apparently the courts ain't going to save your ass. So it's got to be the people that save their ass. But if not, hey, say a little Italy for me. I did say that. Because already you turn into Sicily and Italy at the same damn time. Welcome to the 1930s and 40s. You don't have DeSantis, you got Mussolini. We have out here in the Lambda the libtards. We have Fauciism going on because we believed in the mask and we believed in the vaccinations. Some people still don't. And we had a lot of hospital beds filled up, and the crematoriums increasing our air quality, making it lousy. A lot of soot and shit in the air. Not to mention the bodies being buried left and right. People kept demanding government do more. Well, we did. We shut us down. Depended upon DoorDash and Amazon too much for our deliveries. To which, I hate to say it, but I'm totally using these guys for crazy. Getting onto a more personal note there. At least you're trying to handle the grief your own way, and you're able to function, trying to keep up the energy. And having that kind of a special person in your life, that means a great deal. Having these two in my life, all my life, since the day I was born. It's hard as hell to deal with it every single morning. I wake up, and other days I can function, and other days I'm not. I've had, let's just say I've been having difficult times this past couple of weeks that have been putting me into a dizzy. Yeah, I cry and weep, and there's nothing wrong with us guys doing it, because we were told a long time ago we had to be strong boys, we had to be strong girls. We could not weep and hold it in. I had doctors and I had other adults trying to tell me that shit. And you wonder how come we have a screwed up population right now with mental health illness? That would I blame the previous generations on. Because they sure as hell didn't know anything about child psychology, whether or not the children are actually suffering, and we needed for them to be growing up tough as hell to deal with the rest of life. Problem is, life was kicking them in the ass after that. They still didn't know shit. But they still had to fight. Literally have to fight. They had to make sure that they grow up tough. Sometimes they leave scars. Physical scars can heal up a bit. It's emotional and memories that don't. And they hurt like hell. I'll be doing a second video on this one here, so I just wanted to get a better response and send it out to you. I'll send it out to the link, yours. It's really nice to meet you, Darryl.